Good morning, guys. Welcome to Wisdom Grace. Um, Today, I just want to highlight why you and I need to see Jesus from a divine point of view, a divine standpoint rather than his humanity. You and I need to see Jesus from his divinity before we see him from his humanity. And the reason why we have to see Jesus as divine is because when you see him as divine, you and I have the opportunity to know that he is supernatural, he is powerful, he is omnipotent, he is all-powerful, he is all-knowing, he is everywhere at the same time. And because you and I as human beings, we have the tendencies to put faith and trust in higher power, to look up to a higher power for rescue, to look up to a higher power to intervene in our situations. So that's why you and I, we have to see Jesus from a divine perspective. Because when we see him from a human perspective, we can easily place limitations on him. We can easily place lack on him. Pretty much we can see him the way we see each other as human beings. And as a result, that can lead to not putting trust. That can lead to thinking that God is like us. The Bible states that God is not a man that he should lie. You understand? As he said, will he not do? So if you and I initially see God as a human being and don't see him as divine, we'll begin to treat him, we'll begin to view him as us. And I used to think like that. I used to think like that, once in my faith, that God is limited. But now I'm currently trying to understand who Jesus is. And in the book of John, it reveals his origin. It reveals his background. And his background is divinity. His background is divine. Because in the book of John, it says that in the beginning was the Word. So the Word, which is the revelation of God to mankind, made into flesh, was in the beginning of creation. So Jesus Christ didn't just exist in the period when he was given birth. He existed way before, even before creation. The foundation of the heavens and the earth were established. It shows that Jesus Christ is not just a mere man. Yes, he is a human being as well, but the focus of worship and the focus of emphasis that I'm trying to lay across is that we should see him as divine first, because we don't see earthly Jesus anymore. He is dead. The human Jesus is dead. What you and I we see the resurrected Jesus. We see the divine Jesus. We see the Jesus that is in everybody, not just in one person, operating in everybody all over the world, those who believe in him. Because when you see him as divine, we can put trust in him, we can believe in him that he will not fail us, that he will come true. He is powerful, So I just wanted to pass that across to you guys, to focus on his divinity and not so much on his humanity, but to definitely acknowledge his humanity, because it's needed. That way we can understand that he was also a human being and he can relate with us. But we should give him that status of him being God. And I know the Muslim faith, this is where they completely disagree with us. And I had a friend who was telling me that Jesus was not God when I was playing FIFA online, and we're just talking about our faith. And I'm like, the foundation of the Christian life is that Jesus Christ is God, because I want to put my faith in a man. I don't want a man to be the center of my faith. I don't want a mere man to be the center of my worship. I respect the prophets in the Bible, but I'm not going to worship any human being. I'm not going to bow down to any human being. I don't care if you're doing supernatural things. I respect you, but I'm not going to worship you. And the only person that I will worship is somebody divine. It's God himself. And Jesus ought to be worshipped because he is God. It's not just a mere man.